Okay, so here's my piece of coil spring. Cut off the coil. And so now, when using a chisel, like I was using, these are the kind of ends that you're left with. And so, what I like to do is kind of, as I'm working it, kind of roll it over and over, just to kind of round all that out into like a tapered point, basically, before I start trying to forge into the knife point. Because if like this, I'm going to use the tang, but just how jagged and ragged that edge is, it just starts giving you weird tips on your knife and stuff like this. So this is going to be the point of the knife. This I'll forge into the tang, and then you also notice that it's got a curve to it. So what I'm going to be very careful to do is make sure that this will be the edge of the knife, front edge of the knife, and this will be the spine of the knife. So that way when I quench it, I don't get any wobbly edges or anything like that. Because if you know, you were to make this the edge, it's going to want to curve this way when you go to quench it. So I don't want to do that. So those are just a couple of little tips that I picked up from making coil spring knives. So we'll get this back in the forge and we'll start working it. Alright, that was a little cold. Really want to get that hotter next time. Okay, so you can kind of see how that's shaping up. So rather than going in a circle like I said I was going to do, I'm kind of working the flats like that. It seems to be working good, so. Okay, cool. So that was the tang area that I was working on there. Got it pretty much straightened out. Not all the way, but we got our edge defined, our tip defined. Maybe not defined is the right word, maybe established. You can kind of see how in the sunlight it looks black. You got to be careful about the direct sunlight. It kind of will fool you as far as the temperature of the steel. I'm going to start defining this blade in here a little bit more, and I'm going to get the blade established and get the tang established. Get those areas designated off. So one thing I'm doing is trying to keep it straight as I go, trying to work both sides so I don't have one side that just has a bunch of big hammer marks. Yeah, we're getting there. Okay, so two things. I was trying to use the edge of the anvil to work that blade so I wasn't dinging up or hitting the anvil with the hammer. And then also, since I was just working that blade area, you can see how it took on that that curve. So in the next heat I'll probably straighten that out and keep working the edge. What I'm doing with the cross peen of this hammer is basically using it like a rolling pin, and so that's spreading the steel out this way. So I'm trying to just get a little bit extra width out of this, but I think we're getting pretty close to the finished shape here. So it's a little bit thicker up in here. That's probably going to be part of the tang. I'm going to switch gears and get working on that. The last thing I'm doing is just trying to get that little bit of a wave out of there so that the edge will even up nicely. Got to go to sharpen it, but not going to do too much more. I think I've taken it down about as far as I want to go. Especially right now, it's really crucial to try and keep it straight. Okay. I've decided that I'm happy with that shape. I don't want to take it down any thinner, or flatten it out anymore, because then I won't be able to grind out any hammer marks. So next step, I'm just going to put it back in the forge, heat it up, let it cool down in the charcoal embers, and I'll just leave it there overnight, let it cool down slowly, so that will anneal it. Okay, you can see the blade is up to temperature there. I'm just going to bury that in my ash. And we're just going to let that all air cool, nice and slow. And I'll soften it up so I can grind in the blade bevels, put in the edge. Okay, so since I'm going to let that knife anneal overnight, I think I'm going to end the video right here, just so it's kind of a in-time video presentation, so you kind of get a feel for how long making a knife takes. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching, and until next time, be more Viking.